All right, welcome. Good morning. It's been a while. This is the Modern Mexican YouTube channel, and my name is Efren. I am the owner operator of a lawn service and landscaping company here in Austin, Texas. And this channel is the purpose of this channel is just kind of use it as a tool for me to work on my public speaking. It allows me to record and then play back, listen, take notes, see where I suck, see where I'm good at, and improve. And also, it's sort of it's a form of therapy, for lack of better words. Instead of physically writing down and journaling, I feel like this is more of a video journal, and it helps me unpack my mind and gather my thoughts and sort of kind of get trash out and leave everything good inside. So anyway, if you're sticking around for that, then thank you. If not, I get it. There's no there's no rhyme or reason here. We're just figuring it out. Anyway, I wanted to mess around with this. I wanted to go and give updates on what's been going on. I hadn't recorded a video for quite some time now, probably 3 to 4 weeks. And it's just I got overwhelmed and I feel like I was just running pretty thin. So the last thing on my mind was to create videos. But now there's been a couple major updates, in particular one. So let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, let me see, how do I need to unblur this, I just don't know how. First is school community. So those for those that don't, what the fuck does it do? For those that are not familiar with school, basically it's an online platform where individuals can create groups or communities, and they're either free or paid. And there's a community for pretty much anything. So, for example, I typed in the search bar this owner operator small business. I feel like that's the role that best describes me and what I do in my day to day basis. So when I looked up that term, a lot of different communities popped up, some free, some paid. And after looking through a couple and trying a couple, I found Owner Ops, which is created and led by Austin Gray. He's a mission. He's a business owner somewhere up north. I'm not really sure where, but he owns a land clearing and I think tree trimming business, something like that. Anyway, he understands that whole owner operator role and is really hands on and strategic and just kind of like at that next level where I want to be. He sort of provides a lot of with this community. He's providing a space for people like me that are kind of lost and don't really know where to dial in and where to spend our time. He gives a little bit of a behind the scenes look of how he does it and runs things and what certain things that I should be working on myself to get out of this rut. So anyway, I just joined this community I think probably like 2 weeks ago, and I've been really just it's been cool. It's been a place where I can just share my experiences, any issues I'm having. I can ask questions about, hey, what do y'all do for hiring? Hey, how do y'all use ChatGPT to create a job description? Like stuff like that. And because they're doing it, they're like, oh, hey, good question. This is how I do it. And also, here's the video where I recorded myself kind of showing you how I'm doing it. And that's what I've been doing these last 2 weeks is really just absorbing a lot of that knowledge. And it's paid big time. Um, I've been messing with hiring somebody for the last 2 years, and I've tried and failed multiple times. But now, for whatever reason, when I found how Austin Gray was doing it, it was just a completely different way that I had heard of before, and now it just clicked. So, on to my next update, which is I hired a VA. I think there's a way to do. I thought there was. Anyway, um, I hired a VA. So after looking at the videos that Austin Gray had shared with his group, he kind of just gave a quick, basic overview of the sort of the general steps on how he went about it. Um, I just followed that framework and just customized it for my specific company and role. Fast forward to now, I hired a VA. Her name is Danny. She's from the Philippines, and she has experience in sort of the admin virtual assistant world for the last couple years. So I'm really excited because I'm going to lean on her to help me decide how I should be organizing certain things and how I should be thinking about it. Because up to this point in business, I've done everything myself. I have 101 different Google Docs scattered all over the place in different folders for this and that and that and this. And only I know what the fuck I'm looking at. That's not scalable. That doesn't work long term. So I'm hoping that with Danny's help and using her experience and expertise on what has worked, what hasn't, we can really fast track this system of admin and recurring tasks and just document a process for how to handle them quickly and have everything just consolidated into one area. So I'm really excited. The main the main role for her is going to be an admin assistant, I guess if you want to call it that. It is a part time. That's why I'm going to label it assistant. She's going to manage my business inbox from 7 to about 11, 12 p.m. And in the inbox, we get inquiries, we get client questions. Sometimes there's some fires we have to put out, and by fires I mean, there's a upset client or there's an issue that we need to deal with as soon as possible. To give some context, in the past I would have some of these fires, and I'm emailing you back 2 3 days later. And luckily the clients have been cool with it, but I'm sure they would prefer that I get to it ASAP. That's why they hire a maintenance company. So just that alone is going to be such a game changer, and it's going to improve on our customer service experience, which I'm trying to explain the importance it is to me. Customer experience, and from the first call to the last call that when we're done doing anything for them, that's what is like our bread and butter. That is, well, not that it's our bread and butter, but it's what I really want to be known for. I don't want to be known for, oh yeah, they mow lawns. Yeah, anybody can mow lawns. That's not whatever. We're not reinventing the wheel there. They're staying with us. They're hiring us because we are personable. We can communicate with very little resistance. The client feels comfortable to ask questions and to ask for an explanation of something. And that's at the end of the day what we're selling them on. That they feel comfortable and they feel like they're going to spend their hard earned money and feel good about it. I've been at the other side of that where, for example, I'll go to a mechanic shop and they're like, "Yeah, you gotta change the actuator, and then the coupling is connected to this cable, which has a PSI of 30, but because of this and that, the leakage is coming out of here." And I'm like, "What, bro? What the fuck are you talking about? I mow lawns. I'm not a mechanic. Why are you talking to me like I'm a mechanic? Like I hate you. Why are you making this difficult for me?" And time again, doesn't matter where I go to, it's always the same issue. These technicians, these mechanics can't talk to me like a human being, like someone who doesn't know anything about vehicles and just needs their help. They're talking to me like we're both under the hood, being like, "Oh yeah, this is leaking. We got to change it." Like I don't know shit. That's the reason I'm bringing it to you. I have other things to do. Help me. I'm paying you. First of all, I'm paying you. Why am I even fucking having this discussion? Just help me fix it. Don't talk to me about technical things and all these parts that I've never heard of or even knew existed. That's not what I'm here for. So anyway, I hate that experience. And I do not want to give that experience to my clients when we're talking about, for example, just as something as simple as they want new grass. I can be like, yeah, well, sod, it comes in a couple different varieties. In St. Augustine, we have Palmetto and then Texas Native. And then we have Zosia, and that one comes in three different varieties of Palisades and this. And a certain here's a growing pattern of 2.5 inches per whatever. Need to water it, zero point 0.5 inches every X amount of hours. Make sure to mow it at this height with this type of mower. When we prep the lawn, we're gonna take out this amount of soil and we're gonna put this specific soil blend so we can have a base. Like even then, I mean, I'm trying to like make it difficult, but even that was pretty simple and sort of purposely trying to make it difficult, and I couldn't. But like compare that to, hey, so I agree, let's do sod or turf. I recommend do St. Augustine Palmetto. It's this variety. It's best for your area. And we're going to need 3 pallets to cover this area. We'll remove the existing dirt or grass, bring in our own good compost soil, install it, water it, you're done. Like that's so simple. And if they're like, oh, well, what about this? What about that? Then you explain it. But like, don't come into it with all these technical terms like they're also a landscaper. Like, and you can carry that around across anything. If your AC goes out, you're talking to the AC technician, and he starts talking to you in technical terms. It's like, bro, I'm not an AC technician. I teach the third grade. Like, why are you talking to me like we're both in the fucking attic looking at the AC system? Tell me in simple terms what's wrong, what needs to be done, what can I expect? Like that gap is just so fucking obvious to me, and it's just no one fixes it. So anyway, all that frustration to say that I do not want my clients to feel that way, and I want them to have a simple, easy conversation. And if they want to get technical, because some clients do, and hey, respect, I'm the same way. Then we'll get technical. We have nothing to hide. I'll tell you where we get our stuff, how much it costs, what the material's called, how much we need, how we're gonna do it logistically of this first and then that, like whatever you want. But that's like only for those that want it. Not everybody wants it or cares. You'll find that your best clients don't even care. They just want it done. Oh, here's a problem. Here's the answer. Get it done. And those are the best. So anyway, all that to say, it's been a lot of rambling, but I just had a lot of pent up frustration from other vendors just talking to me like I'm a fucking pro in their field. I'm like, bro, I mow lawns. I don't know nothing about electrical systems. Like, stop talking to me like I do. Anyway, well, I forgot what I was getting at, but we hired this VA. She's an admin assistant, 7 to 12 p.m. She's going to manage the business email inbox, put out fires, and answer to inquiries ASAP. Versus when I was doing it, it was 3 days later when they forgot they even sent the question. And then also she's gonna send daily invoices. So the field team will go through the route, click complete. She will get a invoice notification, which where then she will send. And instead of it, for like I said, for me, I send it 3 days later. She's sending it within 12 to 24 hours. Most of the time, so far, it's like within 6 hours, it's already sent. Lastly, is following up on late invoices, so accounts receivable. For example, we had a client that had missed 2 payments. She owed about $800, and I purposely was waiting because I wanted to let her do it. So during our training session yesterday, I was like, "Look, this is the script that I use. Go ahead and use it. Copy paste it, update it if need be. But this is what I've been using, and it's been working." She sent it. 30 minutes later during our call, we get a notification. Client pays both invoices just like that. No, see, it works. So now I don't have to spend so much of my time chasing money around. I can focus on revenue producing tasks, create quotes, have consultation with clients, answer their questions. Like I can do these things that will bring in money versus me chasing money that, yeah, I'm bringing in money, but like the revenue flow stops if I'm chasing something else. So now that she's doing that, all I got to look at is the list of past due invoices. If it gets too long, then we can talk again. But like she's taking care of it, and that's sort of it. So to wrap up before it gets too long, um, manage business inbox, create and send invoices, and follow up on late invoices. That's the minimum right now. My goal is to build on her skill set. I believe she's capable of a lot more and can help us a lot. But I want to start simple. This is my first hire outside of like friends and family, so it's a big step for me personally, and it feels weird. Like eventually, I'm gonna take Gmail off my phone and just kind of like let that be. That's gonna be a huge step, but it's a necessary step, and yeah, we'll go from there. Before I forget, I had one last thing I wanted to touch. I have one last thing I wanted to touch on was, well, I guess I already touched on it. It's the goal of the VA is to buy my time back so I can work on strategy. So looking at the business from 10,000 feet up down, be like, oh, this area is weak, or oh, this area is running smooth, or oh, this area there's a little issue here that I can see. Um, that's what I mean by strategy, and I haven't done that to its fullest extent. If I'm doing any strategy, it's like an hour here, an hour there, an hour next week. That's it. And you cannot advance when you do it that way. Then also some of our weak points is, for example, improving our irrigation and chemical departments. So quickly, irrigation is just irrigation audits and repairs. Right now, I'm doing that 100%. I'm doing the consultation, the quote, and the repair. And so yeah, and then the chemicals. So that's going to be weed control, so pre-emergence, post-emergence, and then lawn fertilizer. Some clients do have ant control and fungicide, but that's sort of like under the umbrella of chemical department. Right now, it's sort of kind of like uh, there's no method to the madness aside from just like square footage equals this much product, go apply it. And that's it. And I need to build it up so where it's a lot more streamlined, and I don't have to spend like a whole week applying them when it's time for that, when it's time for the application. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. This is a long video, and we'll talk to you on the next one.